Alright students, so apparently my previous videos I had disabled the mic, so it's just me coding when you don't get to hear me talk. So I'm going to redo the video, and this will be posted for both classes, and I'm going to go over both things that I went over in both classes. So no need to worry, everything that we covered in class will be covered in this one video. So first thing I want to go over is lists. So the test is going to have a lot to do with lists. It's actually only going to be covering lists. So first thing, so if I start with a list 1 and it equals this, if I just want to print super, I need the name of the list first, and then I use brackets here to get the index. Now indexes start at 0, so this would be index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I put 3 in there, and I get super. Now what we can do, strings are similar to lists in the way that they have indexes, so I can do list 1, bracket 3, bracket 0, and that'll give me S. I can do that with 1 and get U, I can do that with 2 and get P, I can do that with 3 and get E, I can do that with 4 and get R. If I try to do it with 5, I'm going to get what's called an index error, meaning it's looking for the 5th index, which is the 6th letter. And as you can see in super, there is no 6, there aren't 6 letters, so you get an index error. What we can do is you can remove and delete different things. So if I want to do list1 dot remove will, if the thing in these parentheses is inside the list, it will remove them. So I'm gonna take out AI. We have list 1, and now it says hello, I am super, and it got rid of AI. Wherever AI is in the list, it will be deleted. But you can also use delete with index. So if I want to delete the first thing of the list and I don't care what it is, I would do this, because index 0 would be the first item, so it would get rid of hello. And now we have list 1. List 1 is I am super. We've removed AI and we've deleted list 1 0. So we've gotten rid of AI, we've gotten rid of hello, and all we have is I am super. Yeah, so let me continue to go through here. I did that. Index out of range. Oh, you can also list 1 bracket 1. It's going to give me am. Actually, I don't like that. List 1 bracket 2 is going to give me super. And what I can do if I just wanted to delete, or I'm sorry, if I just wanted to display the PER, I would do list 1 bracket 2, which is super. List 1 bracket 2 bracket. If I wanted just the P, I would do 0 would be S, 1 would be U, P is 2. That would give me P. But if I added a colon, what the colon means is it goes start at P and go to the end of the list. So now we get PER. I could also put, if I put a 5 here, I can do that. I could even put a 6 there. As long as what that does is that goes to the end of the list. Even though there's not 6 elements in the list, we found out today in class that if this number is bigger than the length of the list, that's okay in regards to a string. What you'll need to know for the test is something like this, 2 to 5, to get the PER. So that'll be important for the test. You can also do list1 dot append. You'll need to know that. And what that's going to do is that's going to append whatever is in these parentheses. So list 1 is now I am super. Yay! Let's say I wanted to add, so append adds whatever is here to the end of the list. Let's say I wanted to put something right here because I wanted to say I am super AI exclamation point. Well, what we would do is list1 dot insert parentheses, and the index of that number, I'm sorry, the number index of where we want AI would be, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. We'd want it to be 3, So then we type in 3, comma. Now we want to say AI. Now list 1, we've inserted AI at the third index, which would be here, and so it scoots this over. Now if I want to cycle through, so we did that, you can also reverse list1.reverse. That just puts the last thing becomes the first thing, the second to last thing becomes the second thing, the third thing, it just reverses the order. I can move it back. I can make it back to list 1 if I reverse it again. Notice I don't have to say list 1 equals list 1 dot reverse. I can do that. I could make this a new list. List 2 equals list 1 dot reverse. Now I have list 1. It's still backwards, and list 2 is a command. So actually, you can't do that. So don't do that in your test. I forgot that's how that works. Sorry. Append. You can also do sort list 1 dot sort, which will sort them in alphabetical order. So to a computer, symbols come before any sort of letters, and capital letters come before lowercase letters. So if I were to have list 1 equals n, comma, AI, list 1 dot sort, capital letters come before little letters, and that has to do with ASCII values. If you don't want that, if you want these sorted with the alphabetical order of capitals and lowercase to be not there, so they treat, capital B doesn't come before lowercase a, but it comes with the B's. You would do list 1 dot sort key equals str dot lower. Now that's not going to be on the test. However, that is something that's just good to know. So one sec. Sorry for that interruption. So that's what sort does. It sorts the list in alphabetical order. Reverse insert sort. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to have a list within a list. This is a big part of the test. So I copied this from the code we did in class. So this stands for description, and we have 4 lists inside of one big list. So notice, so each one of these is a 2-element list. We have blue shirt, blue mask, dark mask, light shirt, bear's mask, and a blue hoodie, black mask, all within one list. So now if I do description 1, that's going to give me a list of 2 elements, which is this element right here. If I want to display just the dark shirt, I would do description 1, bracket 0, dark shirt, and then I could also break that down even more to a 0, and then a 3, and that will give me K, because the D is 0, index 0, the A is index 1, R is index 2, K is index 3, and that's what that is there. If I wanted just to display shirt, I would need, since K is 3, this space is 4, so this is index 5. I just copy the line above it. I hit 5, that gives me S, but going on what we did a few minutes ago, if I throw a colon in there, the colon makes it go to the end of that string, so that will give me all of shirt. If I just wanted the SHI, for whatever reason, I would do, if this is 5, 6, 7, I have to go one more to 8, because that's how indexes work. If I were to only put a 7 in here, I only get the SH. And again, if I want the whole thing, this colon tells me to go to the end of the string. Okay, sorry about that. So here we go. If I want to get shirt, This is list slicing. Also, this will be on the test. The best way to copy a list is not to have list 2 equal list 1, even though it does copy the list. If I were to list 1 dot remove super, list 1 no longer has super, and list 2 no longer has super. What that does is it takes two names to the same list, and they both names refer to one list and not two individual lists. What you should do is list 2 equals list 1 like this, and what it does is it takes a slice of the list, and because we don't specify a start or end point, it starts at the beginning of the list and ends at the end of the list. So now list 1, list 2, but if I do list 1 dot remove I, list 1 no longer has I, but list 2 still maintains that I, and that is on the test. Okay, so let me go back to descriptions. If I could do for lm for element in description, print lm, all that's going to do is that's going to give me each individual item, each individual list in the list. Now, what I can also do is I could do student is wearing, and I could do, if I were to do this, student is wearing blue shirt, blue mask, dark shirt. I don't want this to be in a list format, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do bracket 0 and lm1. Now it puts it as an actual string, and it looks a lot neater. Now what happens if I have, where's my names list? Doesn't look like I have it. There it is. So names, Asher, Cole, Brandon, Luke. For name in names, print name, and I can get Asher, Cole, Brandon, Luke. How do I get, instead of it saying student is wearing, like it is here, I want it to say Asher, Cole, Brandon, Luke. Well, what I can do is, I can't do for name in names. Well, I could, but it just, you would have to do name is wearing, and then you would have to do description, brackets, name dot index of name. And this would be names. Well, now I would have to make this into a string. So I would have to do 0. And I'll copy this. Awesome, Asher is wearing. However, this only works if I have 2 elements in the list. Because I'm hard coding these, and I don't necessarily want hard coding if I don't have to. So I'll show you the other way to do this too. So for index in range length of names, and this way only works if you have the lists have to have the same length, and for any test that I give you, they'll always have the same length, but just for future reference, it may not work. So then I have description of index, and then if I do description of index again, which isn't exactly right because it's going to double it up, so I would have to break this down again by adding another bracket to get another index, and this would be 0, and this would be 1. But again, that only works if, what if I only have Asher as wearing a shirt, but no no hat or no mask. This wouldn't work. So what you would need to do is you would need to do for index in range length of names. You need another for index 2 in description of index. And let me just show you with that. So if we print index and then index 2, oops, wrong button. This should be names index. Ash. Okay, so now it has blue shirt and blue mask, dark shirt, dark mask. All right, but I don't want Brandon to be doubled up. I want Asher, everything he's wearing, and then Cole, everything he's wearing. So I'm really close in doing this. Let's see. I'm going to pause it for a hot sec. There we go. All right, so what we would do is an easy-ish way. Easy way to do this would be, as you can see, I have the answer here. So I just wanted to double check how I did it. And a couple of mistakes up here. So we're going to start with this code. And if we do this again, we get Asher, we get 2 names each time. We don't want that. So what we would have to do is make that print, that'll have it print once for each name. Then what I would do is I would store, because if we print the index 2 here, what we're going to get is this is the information we want. So what I'm going to do, because it's the info we want, I'm going to start with a blank string. And then instead of printing this information, I'm going to add this info plus equal index 2. And then I'm going to print that info here. Well, that worked here, blue shirt, blue mask. We need a space, so I have to go back and in this line, add the space. Well, that's not what I want. And actually, that's where I'm going to leave it. Because if I do all of this, this information is very, very close to what's on the test. And I don't want to give you the exact answer for the test. But if you can solve this problem, you'll do good on the test. Let me make sure that I've covered everything that we covered in class, because I don't want you guys to be left out. I believe so. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, I'm sorry I had to do this this way, but I forgot to, the audio wasn't capturing in class. So again, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow.